been getting to it. I ain't noticed
Today, from Seattle, Washington, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
Taken in the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
On first down, Wilson.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Davis.
A very solid gain of 27. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 more on that one and another first down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 49ers' 34-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he'll go down at the 28. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 21.
He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. They run it with Carson.
Wilson.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Here's Carson. And he stopped immediately there.
Chris Carson on the carry.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the line of scrimmage.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
From the gun, it's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. To throw is Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Gabriel Davis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. A check on the numbers by Moore last week. 5 catches, 86 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work. and make sure he touches the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
At the 43-yard line.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
16-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson.
And this a quick slant to Lockett.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You know, perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back though and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Worried about your hands though. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Caught by number 10.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Seahawks 14. 49ers nothing.
Mayfield on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise.
And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. From 3 yards out. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score.
Robbie Gould.
Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see, great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. incomplete. The intended target there was Gabriel Davis, but now it's third down.
Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
From the gun, Wilson. A pass underneath for Carson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
The incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Mayfield now from the 50. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Now a handoff looking right. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
The ball carrier
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here to his running back, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Down by Bryce Callahan. A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, San Francisco.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
San Francisco.
A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this out to the 25.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
First and 10 at the 30.
Now Wilson on first down. That's complete into the hands of Carson. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So first and 10 now from the 30. Again, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
These two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 19.
Wilson's pass intercepted by the 49ers. They'll take over.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Following the interception, Mayfield. 20! And he finds a man on the crossing route. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Third down.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw, Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
For Seattle.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. A handoff as they run the counter play. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Kid had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
It's 2nd and inches on the Seahawks 39.
On 2nd and inches, Mayfield going for the deep ball. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they want.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. From the 22, Wilson, wide open, Amari Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At their 49-yard line.
Now it's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Ray Greenlaw on.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
3-yard line.
This thrown quickly out to Cooper. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
This is Carson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down at 4. Wilson, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The 10-play drive that time, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Mayfield now. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Charles, this one, not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets them closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Now Gold for the extra point. And And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Wilson, sack.
Come on now, let's make it happen, baby. Let's make it
And no
happen.
matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys that they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run the screen with Carson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. A tie game in the fourth quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Intended for Will
The
Dillon.
linebacker Fred Warner right there on the coverage.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
Wilson's
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
brings up 3rd and 5.
Throwing again here. Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. From the 2 now. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
At their own 32-yard line.
Mayfield and the offense now. Down 28-21. A little over a minute and a half remaining. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he goes out right around the 39.
Number 84.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now the second down throw on target. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Tony Pollard.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now. We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now Mayfield. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Gold to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over.
No hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'm gonna pull out one for the safe boy till there's nothing left. I'm gonna run to the bed until we all got them buckets. With the footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.
Michael Dixon.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Fielded in the end zone.
And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now. The ones who are doing know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll give it here to his running back. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week as he's got a first down as well.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
And he's into the clear. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for San Francisco, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.